At halftime at Tarquinio Field, the Rams lead it 13-0. Our halftime stats are brought to you by Grand Affair Catering. They are happy to provide the pregame meal for the team. Call them at 724-224-4444. They'll be available for any of your catering needs. Dean, stats.
Well, a big one, Mike, of the scoreboard, 13-0 Highlands, and they dominated the first half. 10 first downs to Beaver 3, 85 yards rushing to Beaver's 24. The big one passing, Mike, 134 yards passing for Chandler Timmons, only 18 for Beaver. Total yards, Highlands 219, Beaver 42. Third down conversion, another big number, Mike. Highlands 5 of 8, Beaver 0 of 5. Our defense doing a great job. Penalty still a bugaboo though, 5 for 55 for Highlands. Beaver yet to commit a penalty. Neither team committed a turnover. Time of possession, Mike, 13-27 Highlands, Beaver 10-33. That first drive took almost 8 minutes. We came up empty. So again, Highlands leading here 13-0 at the half.
The winner of this game will be only one game out of a playoff spot, by the way.
You gotta love that.
And that's kind of how these things work when you get into this part of the season. Got some individual numbers for you. Chandler Timmons, 8 for 14, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. 4 passes to Johnny Christ for 75 and 2 scores. Caleb White caught 2, Holly 1, and Clark 1. Brock White 10 for 50 on the ground. And Chandler had 2 carries for 18 yards himself for Highlands. Wyatt Ringer was the leading ball carrier for Beaver with 26 yards rushing. So,
again, Mike, we mentioned conference standings. Knocking the top 3-0, South Fayette 2-0, Newcastle 2-1, Blackhawk 2-1. Then I mentioned the bottom of the conference, Beaver, Highlands, Montour, Ambridge yet to get a win. So you're right back in the battle if you can win one here tonight.
Knock is at Ambridge tonight. You figure they win that. Blackhawk home to Montour. That'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. So, we're going to kick it off here with Saunders to start it in the second half. The Rams have a lead at the break. Chance to break that 8-game losing streak. Tyler King is the deep man in the middle for the Bobcats. Always important how you come out to start the third quarter.
Yeah, Mike, it's a tale of two halves. Let's see what happens here to begin the second half with the Golden Rams.
And Saunders boots it. It's a line drive, and King comes up to take it at the 20. 25-30. Head of steam 35. Still going over the 40. And finally brought down by Loveland and Clark at the 42-yard line. Good field position for the Bobcats.
Again, Mike, Loveland makes his first tackle of the evening. And the Bobcats will go to work here, trailing 13-0.
They need to get something going here. We'll see if Jeff Belts makes any changes. The Rams, especially a quarterback, we're going to see if Ziggis is still in there. He is. Rams won 40-19 last year. Johnny had 8 for 138 and 2 touchdowns. He's keeping up with that.
Playing free safety now.
King in motion. First down at the 43. And the give is to Ringer off the left side with a good head of steam up over the 45, and the Rams throw him back as Saunders gets a hold of him. Saunders tackled Ringer and Caleb White at the same time.
He swallowed them both up. Jeremiah Saunders, again, pleasant surprise this year on defense. Caleb leads us with tackles with 5. Mike, you talk about Johnny Christ. He's been keeping the AK Valley up to date on his recruiting process. He's writing the Christ Chronicles. How do you like that, Mike?
I've seen it. It's very interesting in the Alikiski
Sports Weekly newspaper. Yep. And he's
Ringer again, and this time it's Jeremiah Nelson that gets him into backfield for a loss.
Jeremiah Nelson, help from Hildebrand on that play.
3rd and 7.
Yep, loss on that play. But he has D1 offers from Fordham. And he says the key, Mike, is his summer camps he went to, and gave an extensive list of camps. He's been all over the country this summer. We'll go over those in a minute.
Beaver 0 for 5 on 3rd down in the first half. Now the officials need to take a timeout because we have an equipment issue with someone on the Rams.
Looks like it might be Johnny. Yep, Mike Rizzo out to talk to him.
Officials calling time. It's not any teams. It is. It's the officials. Go ahead.
Anyways, Mike, his summer, Kent State, West Virginia, Duquesne, James Madison, Rutgers. And again, he toured the country and he's getting offers for football, but he's not the only D1 athlete in WPL getting attention. Check this out. There's a freshman, 5'11", 150-pounder from Lower Highlands, wide receiver Rodney Gallagher. He's got D1 offers. He's only a freshman.
No, now what? They Blew the whistle before we started. Were we not ready?
Everybody's got their hands up in the air. What happened? Let's see.
I have no idea.
I just don't think the ball was set long enough.
I don't think it was ready for play. The officials hadn't started the clock. They hadn't started the play clock. It's still stuck on 25.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. We're going to try it again.
Third time to
the game clock needs to go too because the official stopped it. 3rd down and 8. Again, as I tried to say earlier, Beaver was 0 for 5 on 3rd down in the
Here
first
comes
half.
Everybody.
And Ziggis is back. Rolls to the right to get out of the way.
He got
Fires it downfield and almost a one-handed catch by Charlie Higgs at the 27-yard line.
Pressure that time while Joaquin Roman.
It was behind him and Charlie put a hand on it and almost made a circus catch.
The ref kind of reached for his pocket, but Joaquin come out with the old hands up, not me deal, so they let it go.
So that was enough to convince him. Well, here's what you got to watch for fake territory in a game like this. 10:30 to go, 3rd quarter, and a field position for Beaver is advantageous to trying something like that, so we'll see. Joe Hamill's the punter. They snap it to Hamill, and he is going to kick it. It's a good kick. Comes down to Brock White at the 20, 25, 30, and up to the 32-yard line before he's thrown back. Good solid return for Brock. A 12-yard return, and Highlands will start 1st and 10 at their 32. 10:21 left 3rd quarter. The Rams lead 13-0.
Like I was telling you about this Rodney Gallagher kid from the Lower Highlands, he plays AAU basketball. The kid named Bronny. That would be
Bronny James?
LeBron James' son. He's got offers from Illinois and Rhode Island. He's only a freshman. Watch out for him in basketball. We might see Lower Highlands down the road, too.
Let's hope not.
Well, they're in 4A with us.
Goodness. Bad things happen when that... 1st down, they'll go pistol this time. Brock White dots it. And they give us to Brock. Tries to cut it through the middle. Nice patience up across the 35.
Here we go with the scrum again.
And there's another scrum, and now they finally blow the whistle. Brock's going to get to the 35-yard line, a gain of 4.
Brock now 11 rushes, 53 yards. I've got to say, I'm impressed with our camera person, Julie McCorville. Sitting Indian style on the left.
I love it.
That's impressive.
I couldn't walk for days if I tried that. They'd need a crane to get me up off of there.
I'm stretching my plantar fasciitis at halftime.
2nd and 6.
And I'm just sitting.
And the inside give is to Brock White again. Tries to get to the outside and does. 35. And
nice
breaks one tackle and spins his way to the 40 before he's forced out of bounds. They're going to put him down at the 39.
Wyatt Ringer, Mike, he really kept his ground. Kept him from getting that 1st down.
3rd down and 8. 58 yards for Brock. His best performance since week 1. He had 143 against Plum in the opener. 3rd and 2. The Rams could really use a 1st down, and we're good in that 1st half. 5 for 8 on 3rd down. And one of the ones they didn't make, they made on 4th.
Pistol.
The give is to White. Caleb
bounces it
tries
outside.
to get to the right. Is hit, but they got him this time. Good job defensively by the Bobcats.
Caleb Healy might get bounced outside. Caleb did the old ping pong ball trick. Unfortunately, brought down short.
Big Jaden Salas, the junior defensive end, made the stop. And it's 4th down, and the Rams will have to punt it.
Leading 13-0, Mike. You don't want that extra point that was blocked earlier to come back to haunt you.
Certainly not.
Put another one on the board.
Jeremiah
Saunders will punt it. Kicked a 45-yarder in his first effort. The deep man is Marco Mamone.
Oh, it hit him.
Did it hit the Beaver player? I don't know. The Rams fell on it.
The way it went straight up, and there's your buddy,
Kyron is always down there on those.
The guy who didn't get hit a couple weeks ago.
40-yard line. It's a 21-yard punt. 1st down, Beaver. Good field position again. They start at the 40. 7:53 left of the 3rd, and it's 13-0 Rams.
Been a stingy Highlands defense again here tonight, Mike.
We're going to be going to the... Well, I'm not going to do it yet. I don't want to jinx anything. 1st down at the 40.
Got to second, Mike, let's give a shout out to Deer Lake's quarterback, Eris Hazley. This kid leads the WPL in passing at 1,260 yards, Mike.
Whoa.
14 TDs, and we're in week 5. Yikes.
And the give is to Ringer. Gets hit, and they got him at the 41-yard line. Saunders grabbed on for dear life and waited for reinforcements. Coleman and Caleb White were there.
Nice team tackling here tonight, too, Mike.
Saunders has just been outstanding defensively here for Highlands.
Been a real surprise, a junior.
2nd and 8. Ziggis is back, throws it to the far side, and it's incomplete. He tried to hook up to Brody Lecklider, but the pass was behind him, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Pressure was coming again from the defense. And we got whistles all over the place. What's going on?
They're coming over to talk to Jeff Belts.
Seems like it's a clock
issue. Yeah, Coach Belts is signaling the correct number up to the press box.
You mentioned not only the head coach, but the athletic director, too.
They're making hand signals.
They're not making any.
The clock should say, I think the clock should say 1 minute left of the 3rd quarter, correct? Oh, no, 7:10. I thought it should be 1 minute left of the 3rd quarter. That's what I had, but I guess I was wrong. Okay.
Long ride back to the Heights, but I know one thing, the anchor end's going to be waiting.
Yeah, they will be waiting for us.
Halftime, Penn Hill 7.
We've called ahead.
Can you believe that?
How about that?
Yeah, they're hanging in there, Sam Albert's crew.
3rd and 8, Bobcats.
Anytime you're playing at Hills, it's not a good thing.
Mike White could possibly be there if you're playing at Hills.
Yes.
Ooh. Left
Movement
tackle,
before, yep.
number 50, Mark Raymer. Is that who that is?
That's going to be their first one of the night, Mike.
Yep, that's who it was. He got a little antsy.
Hey, let's go, line!
5-yard variety.
3rd and 13 now.
First penalty of the night for Beaver. So it's not for a lack of committing penalties. They're not shooting themselves in the foot, just not moving the ball.
So here we go, 3rd and 13. And Ziggis is back. He looks,
Pressure
they're
from
after,
the
and they
inside.
got a loose
Ball's
football. And
Brock
the
White knocked
Bobcats
it loose.
fall on it as the Rams got in there for the sack. Brock White had him, a strip sack to boot. And the loss will be all the way back to the 30.
Unformation again for the Bobcats.
2nd Highlands sack of the night. Hamill will punt it, 4th and 20. White and White are back for the Rams. Here's the snap.
Got it out there
And the
quickly.
kick.
End over end. Somebody should pick
Bouncing.
that one up. Oh, look at it very between his feet.
Caleb White's playing the clock game.
Yeah, I like this guy here.
What a great effort by Charlie Higgs. He's saying, get back there. So Highlands will start with 6:11 to go. 3rd quarter, leading at 13-0. They'll start 1st and 10 on their 23-yard line. B&J Sports, located 1605 Freeport Road, Natrona Heights, has been outfitting our local teams and the great sports fans of the Valley for 50 years. When it comes to all your sporting goods needs, look no further than B&J. Glenn Mills and his friendly staff provide that personal touch. Customized high school jackets, team uniforms, trophies, plaques, any kind of sports equipment. You just can't beat the service at B&J Sports.
1st and 10. Brock White going in the outside.
And he's going to sprint to the left. Up over
There
the
he
30,
goes,
35,
Mike, he's
40.
gone.
White,
Touch
45,
the ball.
50,
Well, he got
45,
a beat.
40.
Johnny's out
White's at
front
the
with the block.
35, the 30,
That's the
the
inside. He's
25.
gone.
Here goes Brock White, 77 yards
Get in there, Brock. He did
for
it.
a Highlands touchdown.
77 yards. Those last ones were tough, Mike, but he got him in there. Johnny Price, hand-to-hand combat downfield. Great blocking. Brock now 130 85 yards rushing on 13 carries, 77 for that one.
And he does go over 100 easily.
That was quick, Mike.
So the Rams lead it 19-0 at 5:52 left third quarter, and Jocham 2 for 4 this year. 2 have been good and 2 have been blocked.
Flag down.
We got a marker. Let's see what this is all about. They're talking to the Highlands players. Monkeying with the ball, maybe. Yeah, false start against the Rams. I think it was an illegal snap.
Justin Curley should be out there snapping tonight, Mike. Now what? Okay.
So we'll try it again.
Tim Linkenheimer and his crew having a little trouble here. Things organized.
Signorella will hold it.
I wonder if it's different for Landon Hole for a lefty versus a righty.
It is different. Snap, it's down. The kick by Jocham is on its way. A line drive is through there. 5:52 left third quarter. An extra point for Brandon Jocham, and the Rams lead it 20-0. Let me hear that band.
Great to hear that band, isn't it?
It is. Back to Glen Mills and B&J Sports, open 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 till noon, so make sure to stop in today or give Glenn a call, 724-226-2762. Nothing like the Glen Mills and B&J Sports bookending a touchdown. 5 decades says it all, B&J Sports.
Band in great tune tonight, and nice to hear that 3 times so far.
20-0 Highlands.
You mentioned Glen in 50 years. How about this? 50 years ago in Highlands history, they pulled a big upset. Remember, they were a new school back then. They shocked Kiski area 16-14. Quarterback Gary Waleski. That name sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Big Highlands supporter. 3-yard rollout, a safety, and Rich Hetrick's 4-yard run propelled the Golden Rams to their first significant win. You beat Kiski back in those days. That
meant something against Dick Dilch, you bet. That would be like beating Beaver here. Pat Tarquinio at the helm. So Saunders will kick it off. The Rams lead it 20-0. And the kick. It's a bouncer. Short. They come up to get it and fall on it at about the 38. And down there for the Bobcats was 22, and that's Lucas Rice, a senior. He's on the football there, and it's first down Beaver. 5:49 left of the third quarter. Highlands leads it 20-0. And they finally get the big play we've been looking for all year. And Brock White with a lot of moves on that one.
Finally split that seam, Mike. He's been waiting for that hole to open on that outside where he can just jet up the sidelines. And like I said, Johnny Christ, that's going to go on highlight tape for him when you're blocking downfield like that.
First down Bobcats on their 39. Ziggis has gone all the way at quarterback, the junior, number 7.
They said in pregame, Mike, the key was to get on the board first. The Golden Rams have done it here.
Offset pistol formation, and Ziggis will throw it. He fires it downfield, and Higgs goes for it. They're going to throw a flag on Isaiah Coleman. Charlie Higgs with a big advantage in height on Coleman. We mentioned Isaiah 5'1", and Higgs is a tall drink of water. He is 6'4", and that's a matchup you want to take advantage of. That's a 15-yard penalty first down.
That's 15 inches difference in height, too.
First down of the second half for the Bobcats.
Got to give Isaiah some help over the top, when you think, Mike. And that's where 6'4" Johnny Price will come into play.
They called holding, Dean. He grabbed him before the pass was thrown.
Even better.
So we go 10 yards there. Rams have committed 70 yards in penalties.
7 for 70.
First down for Beaver at their 49. And the last thing you want to do, that stops the clock. It's like committing a foul in basketball when you have the lead. Ziggis is going to try it again, and and it's incomplete. That time, the intended receiver was Marco Mamone, and he pushed off and got away with it.
He's 6'2", too, Mike, so he's just trying to take advantage of the height there.
2nd and 10.
Really can't blame him.
Oh.
Isaiah out in the island, he's looking like, do I get some help here or what? I would take 2 more shots at it.
3. Why are you punting? 2nd and 10. Ziggis gets the call from the sideline. His setback now will be Harris. Trips to the right.
They're not going right, Mike. They're going left.
Ziggis is going to try it again. He guns it in. It's pulled in on a juggle by Mamone. He holds on to it. Coleman makes the tackle at the 32-yard line. First down, Beaver.
Until Isaiah gets some help over the top, I'm going to go there all night, aren't you?
Sure. Man, it just makes sense.
Isaiah's out there battling, but at 5'1", he needs some help over the top.
It's an 18-yard pickup.
Excuse me, we have listed at 5'2". My apologies to Isaiah. And guess what? This time, Highlands rolled over Caleb White and Johnny Christ, and that ruined that play.
Timeout for the Rams. That's their first.
Gives me the time to talk about the Anchor Inn. Mentioned it earlier. Anchor Inn, Highlands football goes together. Post game, always the Anchor Inn to Trona Heights. Joe, Andy, and Dee continue that family tradition started by the parents way back in '53, the year of my birth, Mike.
Yes, sir.
A great home-cooked meal without having to do the cooking. The original Anchor Burger, always my favorite. Yours is the seasoned wings. Daily specials are available, as well as the blue plate special, and it's served in a blue plate. Don't forget the popcorn. We like that. You can take a bag to go. I found that little trick out. The kitchen's open till 11, so there's no better time than to get to Anchor Inn right after the game tonight. And as always, the Anchor Inn Freeport Road in Trona Heights welcomes you aboard.
5:16 left third quarter. Highlands leads it 20-0, 13-0 at the break, and then the 77-yard touchdown run for Brock White here in the third period. First down, Bobcats on the Rams 33. And Ziggis is straight back again. He looks, he goes deep, and it is pulled in at the 5-yard line.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. It came into and out of the hands of Brody Lecklider. He was down there and couldn't hold on to it.
Caleb White had the coverage, Mike. But again, Drake Burford really put the pressure on Ziggis. And the fans are not happy down there.
Would they like a replay?
Completion or pass interference?
No, it wouldn't have been interference. Second and 10. And they're going to run it this time, and the Rams are waiting as Blake Clark has a couple hands around the thigh of Wyatt Ringer.
Brock White in on the tackle also.
There'll be no gain, 3rd and 10. And again, Beaver hasn't gotten much done on the ground tonight. They have 22 yards rushing in this game.
And Mike, Deshaun Hawley now going to cover the wide out on the left-hand side. So
and that's Mamone down there.
See if they try to go that way this time or go on top.
Loveland up top. 3rd down, 10. Ziggis is back.
He's going in the air.
Looking. Hit as he throws it, and it is incomplete.
Great
Tyler
job.
King, the intended receiver. Holly, or is that Caleb White?
That was White.
Caleb White, Gold Gloves. That's how you know.
Yep, and he had great coverage there. He just undercut him and stayed with him and didn't give him any type of position whatsoever.
4th and 10.
They're going to go for it.
And of course they will. 4:25 left of the third quarter. Rams leading at 20-0, trying to get off the schneid. Ambridge will be at home next week. 7 o'clock.
We roughed them up pretty good last year.
56, I think. Ziggis back. He looks. He's going to throw it down to the corner, and it is incomplete. Charlie Higgs was down there with Loveland. The pass carried out of bounds, and the Rams hold on downs.
Mike, 60 years ago, ready for this?
All right.
Fullback Nick Girardi. I like that. That's Frank's cousin. That would be Dom's great cousin. Scored 2 touchdowns. And And they led Arnold to 19-0 win over West Deer.
I know Pippo knew the Girardis from back in the day. He knew Frank. Back when Don was playing quarterback at Valley.
So Cousin Nick.
Timmons is going to throw it on 1st and 10. Now he's going to run it as it opens up for him. Up over the 40 and hit hard as he gets to the 41, the 42-yard line. Down there for the Bobcats was Jay Kilton, a sophomore inside linebacker.
27 yards rushing for Chandler tonight on 3 carries. Nice to see him in positive figures. He's had
Yeah, Rams have he's been sacked 12 times the last 3 weeks.
Ouch. Protecting him well tonight, though. Cousin Daniel centering the ball to him.
2nd and 2.
Speaking of cousins, huh?
Low snap. And he fires it out there to White, and he's got some room, Caleb. 45. Gave the first down up. Comes to the near side of the field. You get a clip on plays like that a lot, and White gets it up to the 49-yard line. He ran about 50 yards to get 8 and a Highlands first down. Wyatt Ringer made the tackle.
Yeah, Mike, he almost gave that first down up, but he saw something there, pursued it, made a positive yardage. Chandler Timmons now 142 in the air. First completion of the second half. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Highlands leading 20-0. That was a one-play drive last night, right?
Yeah, it was. Those are the best kind.
We love those. Brock White trying to do it again.
White sweeps off the left side. Gets behind Nelson.
Same play, Mike.
Into Beaver territory. Carries a man with him for a first down to the 36-yard line.
15 on that one, Mike, and that was the same exact play as he scored his touchdown on. 14 carries for 150 now for Brock White. Big night for him. And Johnny.
First down at the Bobcat 36. Clock winds to 2:30 third quarter. The Rams can take time now as it is their friend.
10 seconds on the play clock.
Shotgun. Brock White.
It's that hole again, Mike.
Seal out block from Johnny Christ, and White to the near side of the field inside the 30 and is very close to a first down at the Bobcats 26. Well, let's see. He's going to be short. It's a 9-yard gain.
159 now for Brock.
Okay, Julie's officially cold now.
Yeah, she's moving around.
And this is early in the year.
We have her with us tonight. She's not on the roof.
Timmons is back. Rolls right. You got to throw a little pop pass. Is it picked off by Higgs? No, he's out of bounds. Boy, he nearly made that play. Charlie Higgs leaped up and got a hand on it, but he's ruled out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a good call, Mike. He was juggling going out. Yep.
He did it with one hand.
Yep. Chandler and the receiver on different pages together. Chandler wanted him to go deep, and the idea is when Chandler rolls, you want your receiver to run deep routes. Didn't do it that time.
3rd and 1 now. Rams would like to get this first down and keep the clock turning. Christ the sidecar. Give it to Brock. He's got the first down and more. Inside the 20. 15 first down. Highlands at the Beaver 13-yard line.
173 now for Brock. More importantly, first down Highlands.
They're going to put it right on the 13. First down for the Rams. Season high for Brock, 143. Maybe a career high, too. I think it is. First down Rams at the 13-yard line. They're going to run a toss to Brock White, trying to get outside to the left. Good block by Loveland, but he's brought down.
Yeah, here it comes.
High tackle, and there is the flag. I hope Brock's okay. As grabbing anything he could for the Bobcats that time. It was Dante Castagna, and I think anything he could was face mask.
That's what I saw.
He might have had him up here, too. It was difficult to see. His back was turned to us, but they're going to be marking it forward.
Feel the weight of it. Sure, I'll take 4 for it.
Hockenheimer, the official. Personal foul, it's the big one. They could go 5 or 15 in high school. So that's going to be at the 18. It's going to take it to the 9 half the distance. Actually, it is first down since it was a first down play.
Golden Rams knocking on the door here, leading 20-0 late in the third quarter.
First and goal. No, it's or first and 5.
Now what?
I think they got to fix the sticks. Or is there a flag down?
I have no idea, Mike. So is it first and 5?
Yeah, it is. That's correct, right, because it was first and 10. And now it's offside against Beaver. So this is another half the distance. This is going to take it down to the 4, and it's going to make it first and 1. Can I call this one?
What do you think?
First and 1. 55 seconds left third quarter.
That's your favorite if you're a play caller.
Give it to White. Spins, turns, goal line, touchdown Highlands. Brock White with his second of the night, and the Rams lead it 26-0.
Big night for Brock White. Now 178 on 17 carries and 2 touchdowns. Mike, look at my score sheet.
77-yard run and a 1-yard run.
The field announcer announced Brock Jones.
So that's
on the last touchdown. I wrote it down.
Brandon Jochum is 2 out of 3 tonight. Signorella puts it down. Jochum's kick is up, and it is good. He's 3 out of 4. 27-0 Highlands.
It's a scraper.
Now, Ron Gillette Towing and Services is a registered contractor certified in PA state inspections and emissions. Call Gillette's today for all your towing, paving, excavating, hauling, demolition, and yes, snow removal needs.
Ooh.
Planning a cleanup? Rent a 10-yard cut box. Gillette Towing is fully licensed, insured, bonded, certified, and owns all of its state-of-the-art equipment, and Gillette's are proud to enjoy an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Call Gillette's at 724-226-1222. Phones answer 24/7. For emergency services, and as always, it's person to person. You can find them on the web at RonGilletteInc.com or on Facebook at Ron Gillette Inc. Towing and more. Ron Gillette Towing and Services, the AK Valley's leader since 1955.
Did a great job paving my streets this week.
Is John out there?
Yep, down at Brack Ridge. And John is not one of those guys that points his finger.
No, he's not a foreman.
No,
he's a worker.
He's down there working. And one thing about working for John, you're going to work. Because if he's working, you're working.
Jeremiah Saunders will kick it off. And for the first time this year, you're going to have a sore leg.
And that just shows you the personal touch we talk about Gillette's, Mike. He's out there doing it.
And all our local sponsors. We don't have many chains, if you'll notice.
Little sidewinder there.
This is King at the 25. Oh, he's got a hole. 30, 35, and finally brought down by Caleb White at the 38-yard line. That's where the Bobcats will start. 40 seconds left of the third quarter. Highlands leads at 27-0.
Drake Burford also on the stop.
Stay tuned. We'll have trivia for you after the third quarter. For all the good folks at A&B Pizza.
It's a dandy. I got a 2-parter.
Remember, if I get it right, you get a free topping. I accept all help from anyone around.
Julie says she'll take the pineapple, but she's not too crazy about the ham.
Canadian bacon and pineapple is good, too.
Canadian bacon. Everything's better with bacon. You know that.
First down, Bobcats at the 38. Ziggis, the turn and the give.
Nothing doing.
A new man in there, and that's a freshman, Braylon Sibley.
Hildebrand down there, along with Nelson.
Sibley with a loss of 1. Second and 11.
Number 20, Braylon Sibley on the ball. Tackle number 50, Jeremiah Nelson.
19 seconds left. They don't have to run one if they don't want to, but I think Jeff Belts does want to run one here.
He did it at the end of the half. He got that extra play.
Sure. And the turn and the give is to Sibley again, and he's hit as he gets into the line, and the Rams are waiting for him. As he gets it back to the line of scrimmage, as he's hit hard down there by Jeremiah Nelson. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter with the score. Highlands 27 and Beaver nothing.
Well, Mike, two-part trivia for you. You ready for this?
Go ahead. Brought to you by A&B Pizza. Natrona Heights. Trivia time, A&B Pizza time, 724-224-5311.
Well, Mike, we talked about great coaches. We have one here tonight in our presence, Pat Quinio. Here's one for you. Who is the only father and son combination in state history? We're going a while there. Father and son combination in state history to each have 200 wins. Only one father and son combination. Give you a hint, it's Western Pennsylvania. Father and son.
I have a guess. I want to go Art Walker and Art Walker Jr.
That is correct, sir. Art Walker, where did he get his 200 wins? All at the same place.
Mount Lebanon.
Art Jr.
Art Jr. Central Catholic. He's been in more than one place, Art Jr. Art Sr. was at Mount Lebanon and Shadyside Academy, I know.
Right, 207 to 74.
And Art Jr., not Central Catholic, am I wrong about that?
I have 200 wins at North Allegheny.
Oh, okay. I thought he started at Central Catholic, but I may be wrong. Here we go. 3rd and 11. Ziggis is in trouble. He's going to run it. He's hit by Saunders and dropped at the 40-yard line.
Saunders had a big night tonight. He's got his 6th tackle.
4th down and 13. Sorry, 9. I went backwards.
Forced Beaver to punt it again.
8. Joe Hamill out to punt for the Bobcats.
Joe Hamill, the punter. There's the snap, and he boots it. Rams going to let it hit. Clock will run while the ball goes. Down there for the Bobcats is Connor Martin. And the Rams will start 1st and 10 on their 24-yard line. 11-11 to go. Highlands 27, Beaver nothing.
All right, here's for the pineapple, Mike.
Okay.
How many 200-game winners in WPL history? How many coaches won 200 games in WPL history? We know there's one father and son combination, so there's 2.
Okay. How many 200? Well, I'm going to see and cheat on my list and see how many Coach Tarquinio had. He had 269, and he was leading when he did. I'm going to go with 8.
Mike, as you saw, I just scanned into the stands to see Julie running up the stairs.
We've done that before. Now, I'm going to tell you where it was. Here's the give, and this is Coleman. And Coleman gets it up to the 25-yard line. Isaiah is in there. One other time we had that issue, we were at Franklin Regional, and the camera was on my side, so I did it. This time the dean did it, and hey, we
TV magic.
and she
Julie,
ran,
our camera
Tremendous.
person. Yeah,
She's
a soccer player.
She's an athlete.
So you're on TV tonight, Joe.
That's tremendous. 1 yard for Coleman. 10:30 to go. Do I risk the jinx? I have a note and I really don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to.
Timmons still a quarterback.
Here's the give to Caleb White. Off the right side, 25. Still going to the 29-yard line. You see Coleman blocking over there. You can see the guy who was blocking his number and then his head. Gain is 4 out to the 29. 3rd down and 9.
Highlands leading here 27-0. Milo got the trivia question.
Yeah, Julie bailed and missed the trivia question. A&B Pizza, stop in. A&B Pizza, 2418 Freeport Road, Natrona Heights, 724-224-5311. They give a 10% discount to U.S. military, police, and EMTs. Make sure to ask for that. And tell Pat, Mike, and Mike sent you.
Coleman pinballs.
He did. He pinballs and gets back to the line of scrimmage up to the 29. It'll be 4th down for Highlands. 4th and 9.
So again, how many coaches?
Okay, I'm going to go with 8.
8 times 3 and add 2.
26. 6?
Can you believe that?
Holy cow.
I'm not going to listen.
It's a good move. It's a good move. Rams having trouble getting their punt team out there. They're going to have some different people. They only have about 7 people.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get some new, fresh
Well, they
faces
can
in
call
there.
time if they want. They don't have to. 1, 2, 3.
Keep coming, guys.
Okay, there's 11 now.
Greg Burford onto the field a little late there.
Snap to Saunders, and he boots it out.
Well, he's getting comfortable, isn't he, Mike?
He kicked the snot out of that. This is King back at the 34. Cuts through there, gets hit, spun around, and finally Blake Clark gets him to the ground at the 43-yard line.
Clark, James Vance, and DJ Love.
37-yard punt. 8:40 to go. Okay, I'm going to risk it. The last Highlands shutout.
Wow.
September 30th, 2016, 42-0 at Albert Gallatin.
We were there.
And of course, they were so upset by that,
They left.
Well, they actually left before this season. They're no longer with us.
All right, Gold Ram's going to go to work.
So
here.
I wanted to get that out there so we know what we're shooting for. And there's a lot of new jerseys in there both ways. So Ziggis is still at quarterback. He's gone all the way. First down at the 42. He's back. He looks. He has time. He has lots of time. And now he fires it down the middle.
Intercepted.
And it is picked off by Brock White at the 31. He's up over the 40, the 45, shake and bake 50, and down to the Beaver 47-yard line.
He was looking for a soft place to land, Mike. He said, ran for 178 tonight. Just intercepted a pass. I think I'll stop right here.
That is the first Beaver turnover of the game, first turnover by anyone, and the third Highlands interception of the year, the first person other than DJ Loveland to have one.
Well, Mike, this is something we can build off of, that's for sure.
And it's hard for the other team to score when they don't have the ball either, so that's...
We got that going for us.
So the shutout is intact. First down, Highlands. The new quarterback is... Nope, it's still Timmons. He's under center. But he fumbled a snap. And turnovers on consecutive plays, and Beaver has it at the 45-yard line. The Bobcats on it. Connor Martin, 27, has it.
Yeah, we'll give it right back, huh?
So at 8:18 to go, we play turnover back and forth. And Beaver will start at their own 45, leading it, or trailing it to Highlands 27-0. Rams trying to get their first win, first conference win. And get back into it. First down at the 45.
And Mike, you're right. Art Walker was at Central Catholic. He was the offensive coordinator, became the coach, then went to North Allegheny.
Now we have a substitution penalty against Beaver.
I think he's throwing that flag on me for having that wrong.
Substitution on the Bobcats.
5-yard penalty.
All right, 4 for 37 now.
Again, 8:18 to go. There's molasses in that there clock. Next week we'll have Ambridge at the stadium. And a give, nearly a fumble on that one, and the Rams are in there. Back at the line of scrimmage as Hildebrand hit Harris as he juggled that snap.
Hildebrand and Kyron White in. Kyron Long should be in that tackle. Hildebrand now 7 tackles for the Golden Rams. The linebacker spot.
2nd and 15 for the Bobcats. Clock winds to under 8 minutes. Rams show blitz. And now we'll see who they get. I think the Bobcats might have jumped. Dead ball, false start.
Yeah, when you see that blitz and linebacker, you flinch, Mike.
2nd and 20.
5 penalties now on Beaver, all in the second half. Mike, didn't have a penalty at halftime.
The give, and that's Harris through the middle, runs into Brandon Jockum, who brings him down at the 40. Brock White was down there too. 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 15. Let's see, 7 left.
3rd and 15.
Now they spread 4 wides, and Ziggis will throw it. Here comes the
Pressure.
blitz. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Holly had good coverage. Now they're going to call interference on Holly.
Flag, yep.
That was 43 firing through there for Highlands. Tyler Bender on the blitz, and he hit Ziggis as he threw it, but they're going to get Holly for pass interference.
And that flag is at the 48-yard line.
Right, and since it's shorter than 15, I think it'll be a spot foul. Let's see. And pass interference is not an automatic first down. Let's get the call.
We found that out.
Pass interference on Highlands.
Oh, they're going to give it 15 yards. It's not a spot foul.
Now it's right 15
It's right
yards
at it. Exactly.
Yep. So they'll keep it alive.
85 yards in penalties for the Rams. That's something that they'll look at. First down at the Highlands 45. It's the 6th first down tonight for the Bobcats, and they're in Highlands territory at 6:43. Rams trying to protect that 0.
Here comes everybody.
And they give us to Harris, and the Rams are waiting for this.
Yeah, everybody.
It's a big loss. Back inside the 50-yard line at the 47. They're going to give him the 46 that he fought his way up there for a 1-yard loss.
Max Weston, Tyron Long on that tackle. Mike, I think they want to protect that shutout.
I think that's why the starting defense is pretty much still out there. They haven't had one in 3 years. This would be Dom Girardi's first.
Mentioned Bender. One sub in there. Johnny's still at the safety. Here comes the blitz again.
And Ziggis throws it out there, and it's
Penalty
caught.
marker.
And Licklater has it. Still going. Down to the 38-yard line.
Jocka made the tackle.
The flag's at the 50.
Yep. I think it's holding, Mike, because they were kind of putting heat on him.
Licklater made a nice catch and got away from the tackler, but if this one's on the Bobcats, this one's going to hurt because that's going to be 10 yards from the 50-yard line. Let's see.
That's what we got.
That's a
habeas grabius.
So that's going to put it back on the 40.
And quickly, Beavers catch up penalty yardage, Mike.
2nd and 25.
6 for 57 now. Highlands 7 for 70. 12 flags in this game.
I can't even geographically tell you what it's 2nd and because I have no idea where we are.
We came through economy earlier. Here comes the blitz again.
And a
Who's
sack,
got
and
him?
down he goes. As Blake Clark finished it.
Hildebrand pinballed him.
Yep, back at the, give them each a half.
Yep.
All the way back at the 31.
Nice heat that time. See Blake Clark, when you get a close-up, he has a sleeve.
He does.
Tattoos on 42 at the nose tackle.
3rd Highlands sack tonight. 3rd down, 34.
And I guess Mr. Ziggis got to read them all. Wow, 3rd and 34.
Hildebrand showing blitz again. Ziggis is back. Here they come. They're going to run a screen, and it's caught by Ringer up over the 35, the 40. Flag down. Ringer into the Highlands bench.
The flag was before that, though.
Oh, yeah. The flag is back here at the 37-yard line.
It looked like that it was Hildebrand on a tackle. No, it was Jocka, Mike. What's the flag for?
Talking to Dom Girardi.
I think they had a crackback, and he might decline it.
He could just decline this if he wants and bring up 4th down. It's a legal block in the back against the Bobcats. The Highlands Rams will decline it. So the ball will be at wherever he was pushed out of bounds, around the 40. 42. 4th and 23.
Forced the punt
2:50 to go. Highlands leads at 27-0. Here's the snap, and Hamill punts it. End over end. Takes a Beaver bounce inside the 25, and Tyler King's going to get there at the 23-yard line. 22 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, Mike, you notice the new PIA rule to stop transfers by making players ineligible for the postseason in the year of transfer at the new school. You think it's slowing transfers down?
I don't think so.
Guess how many there were as of July 1st in the WPL transfers?
This school year? This year?
Yep, up to July 1st.
Well, I'd say probably upwards of 50.
217.
I'm so wrong. Holy moly.
90% have been granted, by the way.
Yeah.
So you're free to move about the county.
First down, Highlands at the 22. Timmons still in there, the freshman quarterback. And they give us to Isaiah Coleman. Spins and turns, but he runs right into the arms of sophomore Connor Martin.
He wants that cutback.
It's a loss of 2. Clock winds to 4:15, fourth quarter. The Rams going to use that play clock to their advantage now. Take as much time off there as possible. As Chandler Timmons getting instructions. Chandler going to get his first win in his freshman year. They're going to run a pitch. Coleman again.
Good
Cuts
outside,
it.
Isaiah.
25, marker down.
Oh, well.
And Coleman held up very sportsmanlike there by Carter Gauss. But let's see what this is all about.
I don't
There's a
like
flag
that
at the
marker.
21.
That's going to be holding.
Probably going to be against the Rams.
And Caleb White pleading his case to no avail. 8 for 80 now.
That'll be 10 yards because it's outside the 20.
Do we give Isaiah 2 on that, Mike?
I am 1.
1. It's 4 for 1, which amounts to .25.
Highlands 27, Beaver nothing. The ball will be at the 11.
See how I did that math there, Mike?
That's very good. You are the mathematician. Second and 21. The Rams need to make one more first down and they can run this out. I don't think Jeff Belts is going to call any timeouts. And the Bobcats will lose their 4th in a row after winning their opener.
They shut out Brashear 30-0 in that one.
And the Rams will be 1-2 in conference and a chance to even their mark next week. Another toss to Coleman. Squirts through there, up over the 15.
There's the pinball
to the
action.
20-yard line. And no flag on that, really?
How about that?
Wow.
We're on a roll.
3rd and 12.
All right.
3:30 remaining.
Isaiah now 5 for 10.
Timmons now. They're going to call time. They got a player having a medical issue on the sidelines here in front of us.
Oh, man.
We're going to take a timeout while they attend to that player with the Highlands Rams leading at 27-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
3rd down and 12.
All right, we're back. The Rams with a 3rd down and 12. We had a Beaver player on the sideline that had some sort of a medical issue, and they had to take care of that for about 5 minutes. It was very scary. The place got really quiet, but apparently everything's okay.
It seemed like it was an asthma situation, Mike, which he's up and about, though. That's good.
And they give us to Coleman, and they got him, and down he goes. Isaiah started running. When your back's to the line of scrimmage, it's never good.
Nope.
And they got him that time as the right side of that Beaver defensive line came in there and got Isaiah for a loss back to the 18. 4th down.
Loss in the field. Brings up 4th down.
That was scary, Mike.
Yeah, it was. I remember we had a game at Greensburg-Salem a couple of years ago, a basketball game when wasn't it one of the players on the team had a seizure, and they had to bring it was an epileptic seizure, and they had to bring the ambulance in and into the gym, and quite a scary scene. Chairs flying all over the place trying to get him in a position, and When they came back to Highlands, he was there.
Yes,
Playing.
medicated. I had a talk with him, and he's doing fine. He was doing fine.
Less than 2 minutes.
Get out of there, Joey.
And Saunders does kick a liner.
Jeremiah Saunders doing a great job taking over for Johnny at kicking, Mike. Punting.
It's going to die at the 44.
1:38 to go. Highlands trying to protect this 27-0 lead, and more importantly, the shutout.
Again, we mentioned it. The Rams haven't had a shutout in 3 years, and we talk about Sam Albert here, and Sam was the coach when that happened back in 2018 at Albert Gallatin.
Put a scare into Penn Hill tonight. Kiski, Mike.
Right. So here go the Bobcats, and the Rams have to try and kill a minute and 38 to walk out here. They won the game last year 40-19. And a chance to win by 27 tonight. They quickly run Zach Harris out onto the field. And a handoff is to Harris, and the Rams are waiting for him. The new quarterback for the Bobcats is Isaac Poopy, number 10.
Gillibrand on the tackle.
Harris hit for a loss. Isaac Pupi, P-U-P-I.
Gillibrand 8 tackles on the night, along with Jeremiah Saunders.
And really, for the second straight week, this Rams defense has been very good. Harris again. And he's brought down as he gets back to the 43-yard line. And down there for the Rams was number 55, Tyrus Kerr.
Tyrus getting a little action in there.
3rd down and 11.
You made the last 2 thoughts, Mike. That was Kerr. Again, I got my 55 and 53 mixed up.
40 seconds. Blitz. And it's caught on the far side of the field by 23, and that's Mason Lang. He's short of the first down, though.
That was number 85 for the Golden Rams, Siler Strader. Kenny's old number,
How about that?
My son wore 85
that's going to
back
wrap it up,
in
I believe.
2008. And
Down to
that should do
4, 3, 2, and the Rams have won their first game of 2019 in shutout fashion, coming to Beaver and winning it 27-0.
You didn't jinx them, Mike.
I didn't.
Onward and upward. Let's get another one against Amber to get ourselves right back in the playoff hunt.
All right, thanks to Julie McCorkle for all her help, and Jeff Belts, the football coach and AD, for helping us get set up here in the booth at Pat Tarquinio Field. Once again, that final score, Highlands 27 and the Beaver Bobcats 0. For the Dean, Mike Choma, this is Mike Pavlik saying so.